Okay, so this is my first time doing a video like this, so please bear with me. I wanted to make a video on this yesterday, but I needed a day to get my thoughts together and write my script. Let me start by saying that I am a big fan of Rocksteady. Like many of you out there, I grew up playing the Arkham games. I've beaten them numerous times, and I still come back to play Arkham Knight nearly every day, despite how much I hate that game. But that's a story for another time. Anyway, Rocksteady holds a special place in my heart. So my buddies and I were pretty excited to learn that the new Suicide Squad game would be multiplayer. We don't have many games to play together other than fighters, so this was going to be our big game of the year. Then we saw that PlayStation State of Play back in February, and our hype dropped faster than the quality of SpongeBob after Season 5. Despite being the actual sequel to Arkham Knight, the game did not look like Arkham. The game did not feel like Arkham. And the game did not even play like Arkham. No free flow combat was the biggest drawback for me, because I wanted to spend hours upon hours in those combat challenges like I did in the previous games. It is why Insomniac Spider-Man games were so easy for me to adapt to. Anyone who's seen my 2 Spider-Man combat videos for the first 2 games knows what I'm talking about. My point is, the game was looking like a typical looter shooter with some fun traversal mechanics, but this is not what people expected or wanted from Rocksteady Studios. There is no better proof than the negative reception that the State of Play showcase got. People complained about the gear system, the forced online connectivity even when playing solo, and the fact that it was nothing like what Rocksteady has produced before. Now, I am not saying that a franchise cannot change up the style of gameplay. Look at the God of War franchise. Santa Monica went from making a series of fast-paced hack and slashes to a slower, cinematic-based hack-and-slash RPG. But in this case, the shift in direction still felt like God of War at heart. The combat was there, the storytelling was improved upon even more, and it made someone like Kratos into one of the most relatable video game protagonists of all time, especially for fathers out there. I bring this up because there is a way to change up the formula without completely losing the heart of what makes your franchise your franchise. WB has another studio that could have created the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game. WB Games Montreal, the studio that made the recent Gotham Knights and the underrated Arkham Origins. My buddies and I actually played Gotham Knights, and despite the game's flaws, we thought it was alright, and it was a decent start to a series of Batman games starring the rest of the Bat family, who I, and many others, feel were not utilized to their fullest potential back in the Arkham series. Gotham Knights was meant to be its own video game, but the premise of a dead Batman leaving Gotham in the hands of his family made fans believe that it was the Arkham Knight sequel. WB had to make numerous announcements telling fans the same thing, but it didn't stop the fans from comparing the game to the Arkham series. And once it was known that Warner Bros. Montreal was developing the Gotham Knights, everyone was expecting another Arkham Origin style game. What we ended up with was average at best and disappointing broken trash at worst. Some of you may be wondering, why am I talking about Gotham Knights in a Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League video? Well, it's because I believe that Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad would have been better received and maybe even better quality if the development teams were switched. Gotham Knights, with some story and gameplay tweaks, could have been the true Arkham Knight sequel developed by Rocksteady that fans wanted, while WB Bros Montreal could have developed the Suicide Squad game. Think about it. Arkham Knight had each of the Gotham Knights fully playable, so it would not have been hard to take those assets, add more to them, and then put them in a brand new game. Some may bring up the fact that Barbara is crippled in the Arkham franchise, but they could have used the same excuse that Gotham Knights did, or they could have introduced Cassandra Cain or Stephanie Brown as the new Batgirl and kept Barbara around as Oracle. Alfred could have gone into hiding with Bruce, and although I would have missed his presence in the game, it would have really forced the Gotham Knights to come into their own as characters and as heroes. As for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, Warner Bros. Montreal were the ones to tease the squad's existence in the first place, with the infamous end credit scene of Waller trying to recruit Deathstroke onto the team. We got even more teases in the Arkham Origins sequel, Arkham Origins Blackgate, where Waller and Rick Flag hired Catwoman to break Bane out of prison in an attempt to recruit him to the squad. The plan failed, but Waller managed to grab Ron's Tiger and Deadshot as consolation prizes. Now, I know Blackgate was not developed by WB Bros Montreal, but it was the official sequel to Origins and references the events of Origins. So one would think that the team who first teased the Suicide Squad in the Arkham universe would be the ones to develop their game. Hell, Arkham Origins even had a multiplayer cops and robbers type of mode that was fun, and fans were still playing it right up until WB shut down the servers a few months ago. So, it begs the question, why not give the multiplayer Suicide Squad game to the team who teased their existence in the first place? Part of it is that Warner Brothers feels ashamed of Arkham Origins as a game, and you can tell because that game has still not been released, or I should say re-released, despite the fact that Asylum and City have been re-released numerous times now. But the other major reason is Warner Brothers is aware of the name recognition that Rocksteady has. If Rocksteady puts their name on a game, then fans are going to jump on it immediately, thinking it's going to be the next big Arkham game. You put Warner Brothers Montreal's name on a game, they're just going to assume it's a spin-off, like everybody had about Origins when it was first released. I feel bad for Rocksteady, because I am sure that this was a Warner Brothers decision, and unfortunately, any sort of troubles that this game comes with is going to be blamed on Rocksteady and not Warner Brothers. Do I want Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League to fail? No, not really. I just wanted to be the sequel to Arkham Knight that me and many other people were expecting. As I brought up before, I wanted to play this initially because I thought it was a cool idea, I enjoyed these characters, and it would have been a nice multiplayer experience. But when I saw the abundance of live service gaming elements, it turned me off completely. Because I already do not like that style of gaming. We have seen numerous times how these type of games fail when the player base is not high enough. Marvel's Avengers, anyone? Anyway, I just wanted to make this video because that recent Insider video that Rocksteady produced did not make me more excited. It actually kind of angered me a bit. The game is still online all the time as far as we know. It has a confirmed battle pass now, and it did not address any of the criticisms that gamers had during the state of play. Now maybe they'll address them in future Insider videos, but so far, it looks like the same game from months ago. More reason for me and other players just not to buy it. I'm not trying to badmouth the gamers who enjoy those type of games, but there's a reason why many of those games managed to crash and burn within 2 years of their release dates, despite the fact that they promised to support them for multiple years. Actually, that brings up another question. There was no way that Rocksteady could completely change how the game is structured within a couple of months. So why was it delayed? I think I have the answer. Gotham Knights was released on October 21st, 2022. And Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League original release date was May 26, 2023. You guys see where I'm going with this. Warner Brothers would have had 2 games released within 6 to 7 months of each other with the basic premise of Batman being gone, and the internet would have had a field day with that. And I'm sure that the controversy surrounding Suicide Squad's state of play would not have helped matters. In conclusion, I just wanted to give my piece on this whole situation. This video is going to be annoying to edit, but it will force me to branch out and try producing different types of content. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts on the Suicide Squad game. If you agree, disagree, or have your own opinions, please let me know in the comments. I would love to see what other people think about this. Also, let me know what you think about this type of video, and if I should cover other gaming topics like this in the future. That's all I got. As always, thanks for watching. This is Mr. Mega Game Nerd, signing off. Peace.